Part 2. See, looking at the number of hearts Dark Prince Dick Cheney have blown out already, and looking at how his spirit's raw power contorts Beyonce's body, it is painstakingly obvious to me now. This human being has to be specially made to house the seething power. I mean, even the mighty Samson could only handle it in spurts, and it shook him when it hit him. Well, I think they have figured that part out, as well as the super enhanced capabilities. Check it out. According to vetted Discover magazine, under scientists have created 4 new letters of artificial DNA. February 21st, 2019. Quote, researchers have synthesized new ingredients for the blueprint of life. Stephen Brenner, a pioneer, Stephen Benner, a pioneer in the field of synthetic biology, and his team created 4 new DNA letters, according to a study out today in the journal Science. The new 8-letter genetic system, dubbed Hachimoji, doubles the number of building blocks for life. Personal quote, a lot of people have hinted that the natural letters aren't the only solution, but this completely blows it away, said Floyd Romsberg, a synthetic biologist at Scripps Research in La Jolla, California, who was not involved in the research but calls the work groundbreaking. The work indicates the 4 molecules that make up DNA, as we know it, aren't the only options for constructing a genetic code. Stop. Superhero bingo! As you can plainly hear, with more to follow, they have not only successfully created 4 new building blocks of life, but the most damning thing is, their 4 synthetic blocks have successfully integrated with my God's 4 building blocks of life, which can only mean the Israelis' Messiah will have superhuman powers. But let's continue for more clues if you don't believe me. Under alternative arrangement, listen closely. Quote, using the natural letters as a model, the researchers relied on fundamental chemistry principles to design and create 4 new genetic letters that fit the size and shape of the originals. According to the scientists, the new 8-letter genetic system meets 4 of the 5 requirements for life, which are information storage, information transfer. They also devised a synthetic RNA molecule that can transcribe their artificial DNA. Selection and evolvability. The 5th requirement is self-sustainability, meaning, personal quote, the system can go out and find its own food, Brenner explained. Their new genetic system isn't at that point yet. It doesn't reside inside an organism, and it's locked inside a test tube. Stop. Wow! So as you can plainly hear, they have successfully created the DNA of a God upon earth. And the only thing missing is a host body to fulfill the 5th element needed to go live. But wait! Just as you didn't think it could get any worse, under peek at alien DNA. Listen closely. Quote, it's not the first time researchers have made artificial letters of DNA, though it is a notable step in that Brenner and his team made 4 entirely new DNA-like molecules. As with previous work, the discovery underlines the notion that alien life could use genetic building blocks that differ from the A, C, T, and G that make up life on Earth. Listen closely. Romsberg, who created a synthetic system with 2 new letters in his own lab 5 years ago, suspects the new DNA will find all sorts of applications. Stop. Bingo! Yeah, I know it will. So as you can plainly hear, instead of 4 building blocks like we puny humans, Super Messiah could have up to 10 DNA building blocks, which makes the very next words out of their mouth the most frightful of all. Personal quote: "What I find so wonderful about the new DNA, it is programmable," he said. Quote, "It means biology is just chemistry and physics," he added. "If chemists can understand it, they can rebuild it." Example: wow. Programmable DNA. And because we have already gone over the role of junk DNA, you know, that's how they hit them switches. This guy will have the ability to be whatever he wants, whenever he wants. Now that we see the possibilities of what we are reading are just as high as a strong black woman's education, let's continue with the original article, shall we? Where were we? Oh yeah.